What if the very person who once held your hand as a child, who was supposed to walk you down the aisle, suddenly stood against you in a courtroom? For Meghan Markle, that's not a what if. It's happening. You know what's wild? No matter how much success someone finds, no matter how far they run from their past, sometimes it still finds a way to chase them down. And in Meghan Markle's case, it's not just catching up. It's dragging her back into a full-blown legal firestorm. And the worst part? The person leading the charge isn't a distant critic or some tabloid journalist. It's her own father. Let that sink in. Thomas Markle, the man who held her tiny hand as she grew up, who watched her climb the Hollywood ladder and step into royal shoes most people only dream about, has now decided to stand on the opposite side of a courtroom against his own daughter. And not as a quiet observer either. He's reportedly ready to testify, to speak under oath, and potentially rip apart the image Meghan has worked years to build. This isn't some petty family disagreement playing out over awkward dinners or passive-aggressive texts. This is court. Judges, lawyers, headlines, and millions watching. It's betrayal turned public spectacle. And Meghan? She's left scrambling. It all ties back to a defamation lawsuit brought by Meghan's half-sister, Samantha Markle. The case was already messy, already exhausting. But when Thomas stepped into the ring, it became something else entirely. This isn't just sibling rivalry anymore. This is a father choosing a side, and not hers. Imagine trying to sell yourself as a lifestyle icon, the face of California royalty, when your own dad is preparing to get up on the witness stand and speak for the other team. Not just speak, but possibly confirm private family details, childhood stories, and personal dynamics that could absolutely destroy the polished image Meghan's been trying so hard to sell. We're not talking random gossip. We're talking verified, court-approved, legally dissected truths, or at least versions of them that could reshape how the public sees her. Insiders say Meghan is absolutely stunned. And honestly, who wouldn't be? For all their past disagreements, for all the paparazzi scandals and wedding fallout, there was always that thin thread of hope that blood would win over bitterness, that a father, no matter how bruised by fame, wouldn't cross the ultimate line. But Thomas did, and that's what's got everyone talking. What's especially dangerous for Meghan is how deeply this hits both legally and emotionally. Legally, Thomas could be a goldmine for Samantha's team, especially if he backs her claims that Meghan misrepresented their family history. Remember that line from Meghan's Oprah interview where she said she grew up as an only child? Yeah, those 7 words have turned into the core of this defamation battle. If Thomas testifies that Meghan and Samantha were in fact close during childhood, that they shared moments, memories, and sibling bonds, it could blow a massive hole in Meghan's defense. And emotionally, this is a woman who already had to walk down the aisle without her dad on her wedding day, who's begged for privacy only to be met with betrayal after betrayal from the very people meant to protect her. Now she's bracing for the possibility of her own father sitting across from her in a courtroom, painting a version of her life she doesn't even recognize. This isn't just about legal arguments or public image. This is about trust. And once that breaks, especially in front of the whole world, there's no telling what's left. The timing couldn't be worse. Meghan's entire brand, the curated California lifestyle, the Netflix deals, the wellness ventures, is colliding with a legal circus she never wanted to attend. While she projects sunshine and serenity, her family drama is becoming the main act in a courtroom thriller. And no matter how hard her team scrambles to separate her brand from the drama, it's not working. You can't sell peace when the headlines scream war. Behind closed doors, her legal team is reportedly on edge. The Samantha Markle defamation case, once dismissed with prejudice, was supposed to be buried, over, done. But it came back like a horror sequel, only this time, the villain has backup. The appellate court reopened the door, and Samantha's lawyer, Peter Tickton, is making aggressive moves. He's not just saying Meghan lied, he's arguing there was a calculated smear campaign to frame Samantha as part of a hate group. That's a massive accusation, and it changes everything. Tickton's strategy? Widen the scope. Not just focus on one Oprah interview line, but connect the dots. Social media statements, past interviews, public appearances, all stitched together to show a narrative designed to erase Samantha's existence or paint her as dangerous. If the court buys it, this becomes a defamation case with real teeth. And that's where Thomas Markle's testimony could seal the deal. He isn't some internet troll. He's the dad. He has access. He remembers birthdays, holidays, phone calls, the raw stuff juries pay attention to. If he backs Samantha's version of events, it's not just damning, it's personal. Legal experts say family testimony carries massive weight, especially from a parent. Jurors don't just hear the facts, they feel the relationships. And let's not forget the backdrop. Meghan isn't just dealing with one court case. She's building businesses, raising 2 kids, and living under constant scrutiny. Every time her name trends, it's a coin toss. Is it about her latest project or another family grenade? The lifestyle empire she's trying to build is fragile. It thrives on aspiration, but that image is being eaten away. Business partners are watching this unfold and quietly stepping back. Nobody wants to invest in a brand that might implode on the front page of TMZ. The Meghan Markle dream was supposed to be polished, untouchable. Now it feels messy, unpredictable, too risky for advertisers or networks. And the worst part? This is just the appeal phase. If the judges decide Samantha's case deserves a trial, this thing drags on for months, maybe years. With every filing comes another headline. Meghan's attempts to pivot, holiday specials, children's books, lifestyle projects get drowned out by courtroom chaos. There's a growing fear this might not be survivable in a PR sense. Not because she'll lose the case, but because she's already losing the narrative. And the emotional toll? Devastating. This is the man who was supposed to stand beside her on the most important day of her life. Instead, he staged paparazzi photos, sold stories to the press, and now, years later, is prepared to back the half-sister Meghan says never had her back. Even if she wins in court, the scars on her brand, her family, and her sense of identity may never fully heal. As the court prepares to make its ruling, the world watches. Meghan Markle, once the symbol of breaking free and rewriting the rules, now finds herself caught in the oldest drama of all, family betrayal. And this time, there's no palace to shield her.